as long as I get there safe, like I really don't care. Like,
well, that's what submission is. That's what submission is that you
down that I think everybody is at some point deserving to receive love and to be even into marriage if they do aspire for marriage.
I believe that society shapes how we view things and how we look at things in our life.
Make your own bed. And that's basically what Kevin Samuels is saying. His delivery is what people kind of throws people off. But basically,
aggressive or like violent, like where I think toxic masculinity is
no offense to men, that they also get this idea that, you know, women are just going to take care of them and everything is going to be like easy.
A domestic violence shelter, and he brought her up to be, you know, a $25,000.
Hell yeah, you need to judge in dating. It is what it is. You know, you can't not judge people just because you feel bad about it. Like, you need to know.
As much as I love my daughter, there are some harsh realities and some things that her mother and I teach her in order to help her to understand. And
like, I'm sure everyone knows a woman that, you know, had sex on her date. Well, the
What is going on, people? Welcome back to CKQ Podcast. I am your host, Clement, and before we get into our typical hit the like and subscribe button, welcome back. You know, it's been a while. Haven't seen all of you guys in a while, but yeah, we're gonna get back into it. We're gonna introduce our panelist, the awesome. Whoops. Let's try it again. The awesome.
hi everyone. I'm so happy to be back. My name is Chris. I have a channel called The Blooming Ebony, and I am really happy to be back on CKQ Podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button.
Chris, have you heard of Andrew Tate?
Sounds familiar, but I don't. Maybe not. Tate sounds familiar, but Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate. Okay. That's fair enough. He's been kind of taking over different platforms a lot recently, with a lot of his misogynistic views. Okay, so you know whenever someone is classified or labeled a misogynist, it's very much real. What is your outlook on men in this generation before we start?
I think the men of our generation are, oh my gosh, you're trying to get me canceled by the manosphere.
Listen, it's okay. It's okay. We'll just say, what do you think of the men of the generation, predominantly the ones in the manosphere? Go ahead.
I think because of feminism and just different factors, the men today are a bit weaker than the men of the 1960s. And when I say weak, I don't mean like physically, like I don't mean weak in that sense, but I'm pulling that term from Jordan Peterson, how he said, hard times breeds strong men, easy times breed weak men. And I think that's where we are, where things kind of got really easy in terms of this for women. And, you know, one thing that make relationships work between men and women is that women kind of inspire men to do more and be better, right? It gives them something to work for. And without that, since women are so independent now, men don't really have that extra push. And so they don't really have to do as much for anyone but themselves, right? So they're going to do the bare minimum to get themselves by. And I think without that extra incentive, we're seeing men not really carry as much of a load.
But okay, I'm trying to find a way to argue for the men here. It's very hard to, but I'm trying to. Let's see. But if the women are able to do it, why should the man have to?
Exactly. That's exactly what we see now. But the thing is that no matter what, women can't out men. It can't outman men. Like, it's
they can't
impossible.
outman a man. Yeah.
Yeah. And so men typically have to step up anyway. So again, like, I don't mean that men are actually like, you know, so weak that they can't do anything for themselves or anything like that. But we are seeing women try to be as manly as they possibly can, and they suck at it. So eventually hard times will come back and men will have to save us.
Hard times. I think how you know what? This is a quick question, and then I want a reaction, and I want to start this reaction off, and I want you to, we'll do this reaction together. But how far off do you think we are from having finally hit hard times, where it's kind of like we need men again? Men need to step up. And at that point in time, when we hit that time, we don't really have men. So what exactly is going to happen? How did we even get to this point?
Feminism.
Feminism?
Feminism. I think so. I think feminism was a driving factor that really, because people could say it was welfare and kicking the men out of the household, but it still took something else to make women feel like they can actually do it on their own and brag about it. Like, and be proud. I don't think women were proud to be alone. They were able to do it because of the government, but I don't think they were proud of it. It was that when that pride kicked in, that I think that is what really destroyed the Black relationship. And so I think we know we're hitting hard time. I think we're already kind of approaching it. So I think the Black replacement rate is now like 1, which means that just as many people are dying as there are being born, and one little change downward and the Black people are going to start going extinct in America. So
really,
yeah, I believe so. I could be wrong, but I believe I read that our replacement rate is very low.
I didn't know that. That's that just means you gotta have kids. That's what that means. All right?
3 kids. We need 3 kids per family.
I'm just looking at my. What are you doing, Chris? What are you doing? That's the real question. All right. We're gonna do a quick reaction, okay? This is a couple of Twitch streamers with Andrew Tate, and it's just a little debate on men and masculinity and what it actually means. All right. So, fair use. Raise your hand if you want to mute, okay? Or if you want to speak on something that you saw, okay?
And commands you, or could command you, because you're above it somehow.
I could argue that, but just for the sake of keeping things simple, I'll that's 85% correct. Yeah, correct.
85% how?
Because you're saying like no woman's above you, that you're trying to use it as a misogynistic term, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that in a relationship, someone has to be in charge. And I think the most healthy relationships are relationships with the man in charge. And there are certain domains in which I'm always going to excel.
Jesus.
And because of that, let me give you another example. And then we're going to change subject, hopefully. Last example.
Yes, please.
You're walking down the street with your chick. I come up to you, or forget me, 10 UFC guys come up to you. Your chance of winning is 0%. But they want to physically harm your female. It is your masculine duty and your imperative to at least attempt to protect her. Do you agree?
What? Bro, this isn't World of Warcraft. You don't AoE the mobs down, bro. Like, this isn't some fucking primitive, you're against a lion type shit, bro. It's an unwinnable fight. Nobody would take that fight. By the likeness, I would hope my girl knows we cannot win this fight. We must both run. And we both run.
No, okay, yeah. But let's say they're about to drag the woman into a bush and have their way with her, unless you at least attempt to protect her. Do you feel like you have a masculine duty, even in the face of unwinnable odds, to at least attempt to protect her? Yes or no?
Bro, you made fun of me for my scenarios. What is this scenario of some obscure fucking like hentai shit, man? What the fuck am I? What are we talking about here, man?
Fine, I'll change it then. If you want to pretend that that's not a very.
I love how you just won't answer the question.
You won't answer the question.
You answer the question. Like a simple example is when you're walking down the street and on the sidewalk, who stands on the side of the cars and who stands, on the side of like the grassy area? Typically, the men will like switch spots with their lady. That's another example. Men do that. I'm not going to switch spots with you. Even that example. I don't know why they just can't answer it.
He truly doesn't want to answer, and that's what's crazy to me. He weak, lol. He say, "Well, I try," and that seems to be mean. Wait, what? He weak, lol. He say, "Why try?" And that seems to be men's sentiments on most things now. Yeah, that's very true. A lot of men are like, "Why try? Why try?
Even try?
Why even try?" Yeah, but something like that would be a little bit more of an innate drive from a man. That's why he brought up that example, which I would figure any man would say, like, no, yeah, of course I'm going to try to fight 10 men, knowing I'm going to lose, but I'm going to give it the best shot I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's odd to me that he resists the urge to say, yeah, I'm going to try and be a man.
But times are so easy now that he can't even fathom the idea of someone trying to beat him up in the street, because there's no fight for survival anymore. Like, it's so safe now walking around that he can't even imagine being in a situation like that. And men like him would die. The zombie apocalypse hits. He's gonna be the first one to die. He's gonna look at his woman instead of just going to fight. Like, oh, we can't. We're gonna lose, and then boom, they're both dead.
What's up, Carl? I see you in the back. Give me 1 quick second, okay? What's going on, Carl? How you doing, man?
Not much. Just hanging in there.
Hanging in there?
Yeah, brother.
I like that. All right, you're going to join us on this quick reaction, all right?
Sure.
Fair use.
Very reasonable question, even though it is.
10 dudes are dragging the woman, in a bush, and you have to fight 1v9. Bro, you wouldn't even win that if you were fucking Naruto, man.
That's like, I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about your imperative. I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about, do you have a duty? Do you have a masculine duty to at least?
Where does that duty come from? That both partners have to help each other in some way. You don't.
Both partners. Okay, so you need your chick to fight for you. I get it. Next question. Let's say you're alone in your house. You and your chick.
Hey, hold up. Hey, let's roll it back a little bit. So you say that the girl can't fight for you, right? Because it's not her role. Whenever she made her character, she didn't choose fucking defender or melee. She chose fucking female because they can't fucking fight. What the fuck is that? So what if you get jumped by 3 dudes, right? And you're getting absolutely boned, okay? And she has a gun, right? She cannot shoot because the woman do not fight. The woman cannot fight. She can fight for you, right? But because you're such a lion, bro, right? Bro, come on. You're gonna 1v3 them, right?
That's not the point. If my female had a gun, I'd tell him to shoot every fucker. That's not what I'm saying. So
but now she fought for you. That's not male, bro. That's not fucking warrior mode. You let the fucking female fight for you? Come on, Andrew, you're better than that.
Let me change the question because you want to pretend my question is not very reasonable, even though it is. Because we're talking about masculine duty and authority and responsibilities. It's a hypothetical. So let me change it. You and your woman are asleep in bed upstairs. You hear someone break into the house downstairs. Who goes downstairs?
Nobody.
Tripping. XQ, you tripping.
Nobody goes downstairs, ladies and gentlemen.
What the fuck did I just hear?
Hey, you're talking to a panel of millionaires right here. These are all millionaires. All right. So he's made his money. He's a millionaire. That's a man. That's a full-grown man you're talking to right there. But nobody goes downstairs. Okay?
Oof.
Thoughts? Can you see the logic in that, though? Can you see the logic?
No. Somebody breaking my house, they got to worry about me and her coming out with guns. I just can't see that. I just can't see that. I mean, I got 37 people working for me, and some of them are women, and some of them are armed, and I leave them by themselves. They can take care of themselves. I'm not going to play that. Oh, she's a woman, so she can't defend herself. I know some women that can whip some dudes' asses, including mine. So no, I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing to do with their height and them being a woman. They got as much training and as they could do it.
Wait. Rewind. It doesn't matter that they're a woman. Is that what you just said?
I mean, that they're a woman, that they can't be warriors. Is that what I'm trying? Is that what I'm listening to? Like, she's a woman, so she's not allowed to pick up a gun and shoot nobody. She's not allowed to get her hands dirty if need be.
No. The whole conversation is a masculine duty. So if you are walking with your woman and 10 men roll up on you trying to assault you and your woman, your masculine duty is to protect your woman no matter what.
Protect and defend. Correct.
So bottom square over here is saying that that's ridiculous. But you'll hear a little bit more as we go on. All right?
Okay.
Fair use. Hello, tu madre. How you doing?
Hold on. Excuse, you're not going down there?
Nobody's going down there.
So what if they come upstairs?
Bro, you gotta protect.
Bro, I'll keep it a $1.50
Protect.
real quick. I'll keep it a $1.50.
No. My job is to survive, not protect. My job is to survive. And sometimes that means to go down there, the guy's a gun. It doesn't matter.
That's
what
not
the
very
fuck I do.
courageous of you, bro.
We are both going down by doing the smart thing, the analytical thing, the strategic thing. We can both survive. If I go down, not only am I jeopardizing myself, I am jeopardizing both of us by not being smart and a leader in that regard. We are even more in danger if I go down than if I not go down.
You're hiding though. You're hiding.
So?
Like, you gotta try to protect your girl.
What?
Why is that crazy?
Bro, you are losing you live in America, right? No, you're losing your mind. Okay, my job
if
is
someone
not
breaks
to
into my
protect.
house, I'm
my job
them.
is
I'm
to survive.
Yeah, but so in the scenario we're describing, you're upstairs, you hear someone break in, your girl turns to you and goes, "Someone's in the house. Someone's in the house." One of you has to go downstairs.
Why? Why do you go downstairs? Why do you have to go there? Why do you have to go down there? Why?
If you don't believe you have any kind of intrinsic masculine duty to at least attempt to protect your female, then that explains why we disagree on every single point.
Yes, I'm going to give you forward further than that. I even have a even higher duty to not protect her, to not even protect myself. I have a duty to fucking survive. Surviving in that scenario means if somebody breaks into the house, listen, Andrew. If somebody breaks into the house, he is more likely than not likely to have a certain tool to get in or a weapon. If I do not possess that weapon, right, I am not going down there with bare hands because we will both die.
You can have a weapon. I'm not saying you don't have a weapon. I'm saying.
Another and then you break it down. Another fucking argument like that, bro. You need to stop doing that.
I was assuming you had a bat. I was bringing a bat down.
What the?
That is so
Yo, I'm sitting here dying laughing. He don't have a woman. I can guarantee you right now.
He does. He does have a woman. He has a woman. He's a millionaire. What do you mean?
Yo, this is hilarious.
Tack, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's good, man?
You've been listening in so far?
I listened to the last 3 minutes, like the last clip when you said hold up. Let's hear some more. So I heard that when you played the clip. I watched that.
Yeah.
You just played.
So what do you think so far?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you hear you. You sound
Yeah,
just,
so when I was
fine.
a shorty, right? When I was a shorty, and part of me quitting school in the 7th grade was because they wanted me to try to understand wars and history and this, that, and that. But as a shorty, what me and my other friends used to say when we didn't go to school is, why the 2 presidents or the leaders of the country don't come out and fight? Why they got to send people to do it? Why they just don't take the hit for everybody being sent to war? Now, I ain't saying as sophisticated and as candid as that, but that's what I meant, no matter how it stumbled out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, a lot of times we can't confuse the tactic, even in light of the fear, about the result. So I'll give you an example. We live in a society where we're gonna say he snuck me. We're gonna say he hit me while I wasn't looking. When my man from Philly, right? Benny Siegel got knocked out on the stage or backstage or whatever, whoever familiar with him. Benny Siegel and everybody say the dude snuck him. He didn't see him. You're not gonna square up on me and knock me out. If the goal is to knock your dumb ass out, and you standing there and you got hands and you can throw and you got this whole resume, what difference do it make if the nigga hit you in the back of the head with the pipe or look at you and say, let's go on 3? See, that's the confusion, right? Now, in terms of this clip I saw, that clip I just saw, there's times I'm not going to go down there. There's times I had a Mercedes, an S-Class I had it carjacked, right?
Okay.
Like with me walking up on it. I could have did something, right? I didn't though. I didn't even try to do nothing. It's a car. I got full fucking coverage.
But now you're talking about your woman. That's
okay,
the big difference.
Me and my woman is upstairs. Dude come in the house. Okay, I don't even want to separate from my woman. If I can't calculate that I got the ups on the situation, that's going to be the determining factor whether I go down there or not. That's what it's going to be.
So you're not.
And you know what? It might require hiding. It might require running. It might require all those things that some people wouldn't do, which I understand. You got to make your call, right? That just might be it. Did you ever see that movie, The Debatables, with Forrest Whitaker and his son, and he was on his way taking his son to the debate
with the pig, the pig scene when he hit the pig.
The pig scene. If Forrest Whitaker was by himself, or he didn't have his son in mind, he would have handled that differently. In his son's eyes at that time, if you've seen that, his son looked at his father like a bitch.
Yes, he did.
His son gave him the energy like, you a bitch ass nigga. That's exactly why I got the voice I got for bitches like you that say you a father. His son wasn't sophisticated to understand enough that, nigga, if we don't survive this, or I don't see our way through this, whether it's kissing these people ass, giving the fucking pig stitches, whatever that is,
and
nigga,
the whole paycheck, and all their money, all their money,
all of it, however it goes. So all I'm saying is, like, that guy, he's saying why he wouldn't go. He's in survivor mode. I get that. I'm just saying, if somebody was to come in my crib tonight and my daughter in there with me, or my significant other in there with me, I'm going to be wading through whether I go in there, come out the bedroom, we're going to crawl out the window and jump out the second floor and just breathe with our legs. I'm going to be weighing all of that through, because what is the goal? Is the goal to go down there and play fucking Nintendo with a nigga, and I'm not sure what he got or who with him? Is the goal to protect and lay back and say, look, all this shit they can get to, we can get that shit back to I mean, it's nothing. It's really nothing. I got apartment insurance. So it's like, what's the goal? That be my thing. Right? Now how people look at that, I don't have a persuasion for, because at the end of the day, I'm going down on the strip right here, right? I'm going down on the block right now. It's been times young dudes, they come up and they make their way through, or they say something, or
you know what? How about this? How about this? You're walking down the block with your daughter.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And two guys roll up, disrespectful, trying to assault you and her.
Right. When you say assault, are you saying put your hands on people? Because assault.
Correct. Put hands. They're trying to get physical. They're trying to put hands.
Right. Then, so can I respond?
Yeah, that's a scenario.
All right, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to minimize whatever that engagement might be. And if that means that I have to acquiesce or appear to be like, yo, don't do that, this is my daughter, okay, whatever. And I'm going to tell you why. One of the reasons why in life, period, I never used to go all out when I'm with family members or my daughters or something like that, is because I can't even get down in the space that I normally would with somebody. Because part of my attention is to make sure they are right. So that's a very good example. Now, if I'm by myself or if I'm with you or somebody, one of my guys, and I'm talking about life, I ain't talking about this scenario, Ty just looked at that and viewed it. Nah, it's documented, right? Then I get down a different way. That's why when I be saying to you guys, when I say to you guys, I left school in the 7th grade, that don't mean I went home and went to church and my parents let me live there at the 7th grade and everything was checked. That means everything. If you black and you from the hood, that means everything that come with that shit typically. All right, so all I'm saying is I'm going to probably be more of a bitch then when that happens if I'm with my daughter, because I can't get out, because I can't move like that. Because when I get finished moving like that at that time, when I was what I was, she might be dead laying there. So that's a perfect example for me.
So this is basically boiling down to the difference between principle versus sacrifice.
Okay.
By principle, grab the gat, going downstairs, whoever's down there getting popped.
Gotcha.
But by sacrifice, like you said, because I've been in positions where, same thing, like you said, driving how I normally would act if it was just me versus the life that I'm here to protect. That's a different story.
The whole idea behind this, though, is a masculine imperative as a man. If you are with your woman, if you are with your children, your masculine drive.
Masculinity to me, my masculinity comes out. First of all, I'm not a behaviorist. I'm not a psychologist. And like I said, I left school in the 7th grade. I don't know where masculinity stops and good goddamn common sense kick in. I don't know that my masculinity got to sit back for a minute and I got to make good decisions, because the goal is for us to wake up tomorrow, be healthy, and call the insurance company. I'm not even trying to get the dude arrested. It's about safety at that time, right? So I don't know where in my mind or in my space, for the lack of schooling, that masculinity it's gone out the window for a minute, because now I got to make sound decisions. And part of that sound decision, nigga, we hiding under the mattress right now.
That is masculinity. So the ability to make sound decisions under pressure does fall under masculinity. Women aren't as good at doing that. They get very panicked and overwhelmed and stressed. So that would be being able to sit down and say, okay, there's an issue, we have to fix it. There's not much time, and be able to handle that pressure well. That falls under masculinity.
Can I add one more thing, and then I'll be quiet and listen to you guys? I mean,
no. I want to go back to the video right after. But
go ahead.
Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Paying attention.
Okay. All right. How you doing, Unique? She might be away, or no, she's probably fiddling around trying to find the unmute button.
Hey,
there it is.
Yeah, I was.
This is interesting. It got me thinking.
What's up? Missed
y'all. How you doing? Missed you.
Where y'all been at?
Yeah, here and there. All right.
I think I've seen this on ABBA. On
ABBA
ABBA and Preach.
Yeah. This is going all over. It's definitely
Wow.
It's definitely taken over. But all right, we're gonna react to it a little bit, or a little bit more of it.
I don't need to stop doing that shit again. Start with a blanket argument and then breaking it down. You gotta stop doing that.
Listen. Okay, let me hop in real quick. Okay, what both of you are saying is the same thing, just different tactics. Okay, the question needs to be asked in a more clear way. Okay, what we're talking about here is instinct. What is, as a man, your instinct? So whether you go down or whether you stay up and hide, instinctually, immediately you get protective over the woman, right? And she may instinctually get protected over you. Now, what you do doesn't matter. The point is you both get instant instinct to survive and to protect, right? That's what we're talking about here, okay? The tactic is irrelevant. What we're talking about here is instinct. Do you understand?
The most likely game. You look at the playing field, right? You look at what do you have and what is the most likely to happen, and you choose the most favorable outcome for both parties to live. Whether that's running, whether that's hiding, whether that's like going to the ceiling, it's anything that we will do to stay alive, just like the animals do. If they cannot fight with weapons they don't have or tools they don't have, they run. It's called fight or flight. It's whatever is the best tool to survive.
You're making very simple questions complicated. Let me change the question.
Again, twice.
You're upstairs. No, it's not. I'm changing the question because your answers are stupid. So I'm doing your answers are stupid, bro, because everyone knows that you have a duty to protect your woman and you're pretending you don't.
I don't agree. Not even a little bit, bro.
Well, then perhaps you are a coward, but let me give you the last chance.
But in a way,
I survived.
No, hold on, guys, listen. This is crazy to me because it's both going over both of your comments are going over each other's heads. Okay, listen, your tactic. Listen, both of you have the same instinct as a male. Okay, your tactics are different. Do you understand? You're both agreeing with each other. You're just arguing whose tactic is better, which is irrelevant to the argument. Both of you have the instinct to protect your woman, and the woman has the instinct to protect the man. Your tactics are just different. Yours is to go downstairs and to manhandle the dude. XQC's is more tactical in the sense what she wants to.
But the guy's a gun. The guy's a gun.
I know it's not wrong. It's not bad. What you're saying is fine.
Then what?
Both of you agree. The instinct is to survive and protect.
No one said the guy has a gun, and we're not. And
both of you are right.
So now the guy doesn't have a gun.
Point I'm trying to make is that if somebody in this hypothetical, if somebody has to deal with the threat and engage, if someone did, between you and your female partner, who would be the person who decides to deal with the threat? You or the girl?
I think that's irrelevant.
Yeah, it's relevant. Whoever can.
It's irrelevant.
Whoa, what the fuck?
It's irrelevant.
Yo, this is getting interesting. This is real interesting.
Tack, I want to hear your point of view on this. I'm very curious on your point of view on this, Tack.
In terms of it being
irrelevant.
I'm trying to think a scenario where I would have to send my girl down there to fuck dude so the whole family could survive.
I'm trying to. I can't think of one.
You know what I'm saying? Now we know that's so extreme. I'm pulling for straws. I'm counting
you are
particles in the air, right? But I mean, if we look at what we know, what's practical to us, we're not going to have an extreme case, right? So we know the choice would be me, right? I would take the hit. It may not be the brighter choice in the long run because maybe I wasn't even crazy about my woman at the time. We don't have no kids. We wasn't even planning on getting married, so she can be replaced. She probably was going to be replaced. So there's that, you know. But going back to that, being fair, I don't want to cheat the conversation. because I can be a little more resourceful with real scenarios, right? Like I got brothers I ain't crazy about. I'm simply not gonna fall out at the funeral. But the thing is, instinctively being fair, of course it's gonna be me. Of course, the whole time that I'm reacting or responding, or we're reacting or responding or thinking it through, I'm gonna front line most of it, unless she has an aha moment. Like if she has an aha moment that says, you know, baby, check this out, because that's the other part too. Like we can't get tunnel vision. We have to still be able to listen, especially to the person that's there, because they can be a little more practical. Sometimes the person that's not front lining it, they the ones that's gonna come up with the real suggestion, the better way to handle it. You know, so I'm down with that. I would be first. I would have to instinctively, of course. That's man. But again, I'm not taking anything off the table. The guy don't have to have a gun. I'll give you an example. When these dudes walk up to you in the street, and you know, I'm not saying y'all, I'm saying in my life, I've been in situations, dudes walk up and fuck that. You niggas gotta clear up the corn and all this shit. And you know this guy, you know, he's just out here a little bit, whatever. He's not gonna tear up nothing. But you sick of him. Why? Because for some reason, you and your nephews or you and your boys, y'all out there, and the community got you thinking that that's your corner for about 6 months till your dumb ass get indicted, right? And then so one of y'all might want to hit him. But this nigga got hepatitis. You're not thinking about it. He HIV at the time, back in the day. You hit the dude and you died 3 months later. You're not thinking about it. So it ain't even got to be a gun. It could be a disease. It could be, and these are, I get it, it's extreme. Now on the corner, that's real. You run into that, that's real. But dude spit on you and give you something. You don't want your blood on that. So I'm just saying, we have to think that through, but I have to agree that instinctively for me, I'm going to have to be the one that take the hit. Now, I will say this. This is true, Bill. I think I told you this before, CKQ. I was in a relationship where the girl was chasing me around an apartment, and I ran in the bathroom, and I held the bathroom door shut, and she stuck a knife underneath the door and stabbed me in the back of my foot, and I called the police. Well, you say, why did I do that? Well, her police got there. She left the house. Her mother came and all that. I could have beat the hell out that girl. I told her mother. I said I could have punched in the stomach and knocked out, right? But my life never felt threatened. That's why I say I go in here and call. Why? I wasn't in love with that girl. I wasn't gonna get married to her. I just needed to get out of the situation without catching the charge. And that's what I was thinking about at the time. Now, when I tell it to dudes, they say, "Nigga, you a bitch." You there? Listen. I don't ask niggas, am I masculine? I just inform them what happened. They can judge me from there. But it you know, being fair to this conversation, though, I would instinctively put myself on the front line. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me read this. If you're going downstairs, then we both going downstairs. But you taking the lead. But if you want me to stay upstairs and hide, then your ass is not going downstairs for shit. We both will be under the bed. Ladies, do you agree?
My job is to obey. If he tells me to stay, I stay. If he tells me that I should be behind him with the gun, I'm behind him with the gun.
Shaking. Praying, you know.
Nope, I got some shoot range. I'm waiting for that day to come.
And it's funny, you know, generally, this is my take on it. Most women are inquisitive. They got to know 20 questions. But when it comes down to a threat, they want to know after the fact, when the threat is neutralized.
Unique, what do you think?
I just said basically that sounds right to me. Because I will ask a million questions when it's about different things, but if it's something like a threat, I'm gonna just listen first and then ask what happened later. You know, so. But my husband don't think so. He think I'm gonna ask him questions.
He's still gonna ask questions.
He said, "You gonna ask questions? You ask too many questions." But if you tell me it's a threat, like no, I'm gonna be like, okay, what I need to do? Okay.
I'm trying to envision it. Both of us hiding under the bed. Shit. This is like watching a movie Taken. Like, what are we both doing hiding under the bed? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
The part that I seen on Our Priest was, I didn't see this part. I just seen the part where it was just two of the guys, not all three of them, and he was asking them about, well, what if somebody was getting ready to shoot your woman? Would you stand in front of it? Would you try to save her? Or what if it was your child? And he still stuttered when he said your child.
Yeah.
Like your woman was like, okay, it's your woman. I mean,
that's a loaded
you
question.
do that, but your child, it was like, depends or something.
Either way, it's a loaded question because the average person, especially a black person, could say whatever the fuck they want to say. But when the time comes, woo, you're going to be rethinking like a motherfucker because you're like, wait a minute. You said a bullet in his head or my head?
I mean,
shit. And I got 3 seconds to decide? Oh, man. I love you. God damn. Damn.
That's a tough one because even if they shoot you, they can still shoot your kids.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to fight them though. You're gonna have to fight.
It's gonna be an all-out war.
That's the only way. Like make sure if they're shooting you, it's not gonna be point blank in the head. It's gonna be in the leg, so you could wrestle that gun out of them and take them out. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get shot in the stomach, you take that gun and you take them out. Like you stop them whatever way you can, so your kid will survive. Like you don't just go out like that. Like it's no. I can't. I haven't been in an extreme scenario. I've only been in a scenario where it's like, okay, there's a loud bang at the door. We're both in the bedroom. Like, okay, instinctively, I got up, looked outside, walked outside. It wasn't like a, man, there could be someone out there with a gun. It's like, okay, I got to figure out what the hell's going on. Probably dumb. I'm not sure, but that was an instinct.
I think that's what the guy with the no shirt on, who does a podcast with no shirt on, I think that's what he was trying to say. I think that's what he was trying to get at, your instincts. But the dude instinct is coward. He's a coward.
Yo.
His instinct is to try to live. He don't care about who is in the room with him.
He ain't defending nobody. Fuck that shit.
Run. That's his instinct, is not to protect. His instinct is not to protect.
So I know I agree with the brother that said, I mean, all of us, most of us agree with it when he said it, that when that situation happened, right? Like a lot of times, if we practice certain things, a lot of times we will respond up to a certain point when faced with a scenario, right? But then there's never nothing better sometimes than the experience itself, right?
Correct.
So when I was out in the street coming up, I've been robbed before, right? So a few years ago, I was on the west side of Chicago, and dude caught me up in the spot in the back of these row houses. And I turned around, he said, bruh, and I turned around and he's standing there and he got the joint out, right? He got, it's real. He's about 6, I'm 5'5", so he's about 6 feet, and he had the whole Bin Laden outfit on because it was during COVID. It was when it first started. I just got back from New York and I was over there.
Oh, this is recent then.
Yeah, this was 2020, summer 2020, right? So I'm over there and it's 3:00 in the afternoon. So he jammed me, right? I was vulnerable. So I turn around. He like, bro, you know what it is? So I say, what is it? That was my impulsive
reaction. Yeah.
Right. And here's why I said, what is it? I didn't say, what is it? Because of a robbery. I said, what is it? Because I need to give this nigga a chance to see who I am, because you obviously got me mixed up. You know what I mean? I'm an OG. You got me mixed up with somebody. You can't be fucking 26 looking to do me, because I ain't did nothing to nobody in Chicago, right? Yeah. So that's why I said, what? I said, nah, what is it? And he said, nigga, you know what it is, drop it. And I said, all right, I'm gonna throw it to the side. And he said, nah, nigga, you gonna drop that shit where you at? I said, nah, my dude, because if I drop it where I'm at, you're going to make me back up in this empty, because I'm in the back of some empty houses in the alley. You're going to make me back up in the vacant. I'm not going in the vacant. But I didn't wait for his response because he's young. So he can't even understand what I'm saying, but hopefully he can. He's not a clumsy nigga. He been robbing. See, I got to depend on that this nigga robs people. I don't want the unfortunate fate that I'm your fucking test dummy. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're nervous and you're gonna shoot me. You get all this weird shit. So I take my money out and throw it to the side. And he bends down and picked it up. He got the joint on me. His face covered up. And now he about 7-8 feet away from me. He over 2 yards away from me. And he got the size and he got the youth, right? I'm done. I can only use wisdom and act, give in, whatever. He picks the shit up and he says, nigga, which way you get ready to go? I said, nigga, I'm going the opposite way you go. He said, all right, don't call nobody. He backs up and hit the corner, but he don't run. He just breaks the corner. I turn around. I don't call nobody. I finished doing what I was there to do. 2 minutes later, this nigga come right back. Bruh. I turn around. It's this dude, right? He said, man, I just want you to know. And he had his everything down. I could see his face. He's 24, 26. I just want you to know this not how I am. I'm just in a bad pickle situation like that. So I said, hold up, yo, it's good. It's all good, right? I know what that looked like. He says, nah, man, I just want my situation. So he didn't go nowhere. He was looking at me the whole time, but I didn't leave and I didn't call nobody. Who I'm going to call? I'm a grown-ass man. I don't call nobody. I don't call 50 niggas and say, yo, a nigga just got me for $200. I know, yo, I'm nervous. My nerves coming out my skin. No, I turn around, finish doing what I'm doing. So he probably looking. So that means he local. He ain't, you know. So I tell him, I said, look, man, you just got to survive until you can get on the other side. But I can't counsel you. You just robbed me 10 minutes ago. So then he just disappeared. You know, now that's because I know what that shit is, right? That's because I know what it is. So when you face with it, if you don't have a background or you haven't been practicing it, and when I say that, practice sometimes help you deal with real scenarios, simulation, because at some point your mind don't know the difference between it really happening and not, depending on what you've been studying, how long, and all that spooky ooky quantum stuff. But experience, man, will allow you to deal with certain situations. And that's why I say in that scenario there, if I'm faced with it, I got to look at who I'm with, where I'm at, what I'm doing, and all of that. And yeah, man, it might require us going in the attic. It might, any of that stuff, man. Like any of that stuff. A lot of people that speak on that initially, I get what they saying, and they probably right. I'm just saying for me, I'm gonna weigh that out. It's like my nephews. When dudes used to get packages from some of my nephews up in New York, and my nephews and them be talking about, we're gonna kill that nigga and this how. And I'm like, okay, so you make about $5,000 a week. This nigga just start smoking crack. You gonna kill this nigga.
I love these scenarios.
But that's the, you know, that's
the mentality.
Right. Thanks. And then I never said, but I can't nobody taking shit from us something time. But if you gonna kill a crackhead on five stacks. And I mean, it was probably just a bundle of stacks. And you're gonna kill him and you're gonna make yourself hot. And you're gonna buy a lawyer, you're gonna get lawyers and you're gonna get doors. What? Now, I don't wake up thinking that way. I already know what that look like. So that's why I said all that shit to say I agree with the brother said. Keep on living. And when they roll up on you, you'll see how you react.
Okay. Let's see. Listen, I'd rather hide or fight with my man than ask myself what if after the fact. Sometimes male ego put them in situations that can be avoided. Stay upstairs and defend upstairs if need be. Yeah.
Male ego, huh?
I don't know.
What does male ego got to do with your job? You are a provider and protector of a household. Your woman is looking at you to be on the front line to protect her and the children, not the other way around. It can be the other way around, but I don't know if that's going to be acceptable respectfully down the line by the kids or by her or by anybody else. I'm still stuck on two grown people, male and female, hiding between the mattress or under the bed because somebody broke in the house. I'm still stuck on that. Like, and I'm like that brother just spoke before. I'm trying to figure out at some pulling short, what would make me run and hide under the bed with the woman? I've never been robbed before, and I'm licensed to carry. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Tag, you want to say something? I was gonna get back to the video.
No, I didn't. You know, we have to be fair about the conversation, right?
Yeah, for sure.
When I think about fairness in terms of responses or practically what typically happens, I think about bell curve. Bell curve representing 68% of a standard deviation or normal distribution or whatever, what typically occurs, even though you have these two extremes, right? And that's why I said we could cheat the conversation and come up with all kind of, you know, but I saw this one and I thought, nah, what typically happens, I don't think both of us going to have to run and get up under the mattress. That's not what typically, that scenario ain't going to be typical. It's not even going to be practical 99. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's the sorry, Clement.
No, go ahead.
It's going to be a lot of broken furniture.
I don't even think that's the point. It's not necessarily what you'll do. It's just how you deal with the situation. Like the woman looks at the man needs to make a decision. And if that decision is to hire in the bed, her job is to trust that that's the right decision. That's really all it is. It's just instinctually you're thinking, okay, I have to protect these people. How am I going to do it? Then you make a decision. What you choose to do depends on the circumstances, and that's totally fine.
Okay. Can I add? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Is she finished? Were you finished?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to add, here go one before the pandemic. So before the pandemic, I was in a committed relationship. Well, no, this 6 years ago. 6 years ago, summertime. So it's me and my woman at the time. She's driving. I'm in her truck. She's taking me to my truck, where my truck is, because she came and picked me up. She's taking me to my truck. In the back seat of her truck is a daughter, someone I consider my stepdaughter, right? She's sitting back there. That's 6 years ago. She's 20 now, almost 20. So her daughter at that time was 14, 13 or whatever. All right, cool. So we coming down the street. This guy, he pulls up and there's a stop sign coming up. And he rides on the side of the other side of the street, the two-way, cuts her off kind of, and hits his brake in front of us at the stop sign. So he don't even blow through the stop sign. He stops at the stop sign, hits his brake, and we come to kind of a sudden stop behind him, but we wasn't getting ready to hit him enough. I'm in the passenger. I'm looking to see is niggas get ready to jump out the car.
Yep.
So I give her some instructions, right? I already know what I can get to. I'm sitting in front of the glove compartment. So I'm just I got to give her instructions. But nobody's jumping out the car. And he pulls off and he's gone down the street. She goes, this is her, part of the reason why we probably broke up. She goes, if you wasn't in the car, because she know I don't do the road rage, she says, I would have probably said something, linked out and said something, right?
Jeez.
I said, look, that's fine. What? But from killing his mother. Like he just not killing his parents. That's what
exactly.
Now. You're gonna talk to him about traffic. He's gonna pull a joint out, shoot at you. You're gonna be the first one to make eye contact with his movement. So he's probably not gonna hit you. And your daughter back there with the iPad, she catch that shit in her forehead like she a fucking Indian from fucking rock carts that way. And she mad at me. See, she can't think through. This guy's only in our space for 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Barely that, if you're smart.
This nigga up. Because you want to express to him what don't make sense.
Facts.
See? Now, that's a motherfucker I'm going to push out the car. And me and her daughter going to pull the fuck off.
Facts.
And that's why we need men.
that critical thinking. It's critical thinking.
Let's get back to the reaction real quick.
Have the best outcome of fixing that with it can be even both at the same time. Give me cooperation.
Irrelevant. Who?
What if I have a gun? I go to the back and I make her. I'll go open the door and I blast them. Now we both.
Good. So you went. Good. Fine. That answers the question. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm just trying to.
Actually reverse. Actually, I'm pretty bad at shooting. Let's say I opened the door. Then she shot. Am I still the man?
I'm trying to make you guys understand.
Well, no. I'm trying to make you understand. Am I still good now that I opened the door and then she shot, or is that not good enough?
That's fine, but that's not the scenario I described. The scenario I'm describing are the fact that when push comes to shove and we end up in unfortunate situations, a man has a duty to protect his female. That's intrinsic. That's evolutionary. That's something we were hardwired with. It's something that society has always built into men until recent times. What you're saying now may be fine. If 30 years ago a dude said, I won't go downstairs and I'll tell my woman and we're just both going to hide here together, he would have been mocked forever. That's insanity. Somebody has to engage, and it's the man's job. Just like the men stay on the Titanic, the men go to fight. That's a man's imperative. And I don't care. Doesn't matter that I can fight. If I'm outnumbered 10-1 and they have machetes and I'm going to lose, fine. No one's going to rape my chick without me trying. That is my masculine imperative and my duty as a man. The point I'm trying to make is, so let me change the scenario. You're upstairs. You have an AR-15. 3 unarmed men break in. Between you and the chick, one of you has to take the gun and go down there and deal with all 3 of them. She's scared. I'm scared. They're downstairs. Go shoot them. Go shoot. Are you going to go? Or
why is she scared? And you're not. Why only can she be scared? If she has better training than I do, if she's better shooter than I am, she's taking a gun, bro. I'm not. What?
You're in my brain.
Thoughts?
Yo, he said she's a better shot. I am going down.
She's a better shot, though. Chris, she's a better shot. She should go down.
Yo.
Makes sense, right?
No, it doesn't make sense. What the fuck?
This is the type of guy that would fight for women to be on the front lines.
Yeah.
He's not a fighter for his woman. That's evident. But I question all his. I don't know if it's just me, y'all, but his energy is like he can fight, listening to him, but he's just a trip. It's a trip.
So let me ask you guys, Prince, ideally, right, is if you got a rifle, in that case, an AR-15, any type of rifle, I'm not talking about handgun, but you got a rifle. Are you in a better position at a high point?
Or at a high point, yes.
Higher point.
Even with a handgun, you are.
Okay. High point, high ground is always the best.
Okay. Yeah. So the reason why I differentiated between the handgun and the rifle is because you need more movement. You need more space with the rifle than you do with the handgun. Yeah. If you roll up on somebody and you got the rifle or the shotgun and it's not sawed off, it's not tight, they might know enough to zigzag towards you instead of trying to get back, right? So in that scenario, maybe nobody needs to go down there. Let's say the woman is a police officer, right? You got police officers, they out there banging the Uber driver. Uber driver don't know nothing, and they together, whatever. She might be that person, but that's extreme, right? But typically, though, if it's an AR-15 in the house or any type of real weapon, hopefully they both know how to use it, and he definitely know how to use it. That's why I say, like, the majority of
but
time,
even right there, what you just said. Oh, hopefully they both know. Hopefully they both know how to use it. He definitely knows how to use it.
Oh yeah,
even if she's a police officer, as a man, you're still supposed to go down there.
The role of protection always falls predominantly on the man.
I can't stretch the way I wouldn't go in them scenarios. I can't stretch it. Yeah.
Even if she's a police officer, been on the department 10 years, nigga, get the fuck up out of that bed, go down there and go see what's going on.
Well, hopefully we got Ring cameras in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's the best damn thing that ever happened, right?
I think it's just pure laziness.
But here's what I will say. I know this is another topic, but I'm gonna just
after you, Chris, could go.
Oh, go ahead, Chris. Okay.
Go ahead.
I do not believe in I'm not a believer in killing people over property. I know that's a different subject, a different topic, but I'm not a believer in that. If my life isn't threatened, you can take my property. I don't believe in that. I could be standing 10 feet away from my car or wherever, it doesn't matter, whatever property. And if you are taking it and I got the joint, I'm not going to shoot you over the car. You know, if you're committing a burglary and I'm in there by myself, my crib real big, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to do all that. But I'm just saying property in and of itself, I don't
you're not gonna fight over a wallet.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying taking the person's life, right? I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight over wallet. You can rob me. I'm a very robbable person. I'm robbable.
The skill.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I've had ounces of coke taken from me, right? Like I've had money.
Oh Lord.
Car. I'm not.
I'm done. Bruh. I hear you. You're robbable.
Yeah,
I've never been robbed a day in my life. However, I'm gonna tell you this. As a man, whether it's me or anybody around me, whether they're related or not, I have to be on the front line. I'm not looking for no woman to stand up and be on no front line while I go hide. I just can't. I can't put that. No, I wasn't raised like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yep.
All right, we're gonna hit back to the reaction real quick.
Am I talking Chinese?
If she has been a shooter, she's taking a gun.
You're gonna send your girl downstairs. I don't know, bro.
If she's a better shooter, you're damn right she's going there. Of course.
But how do you know she's a better shooter if you guys have never, like, let's say she never shot a gun before and you never shot a gun before?
If you have an F-15, you need to have the training that comes with it. Yes, you do have training. If you're Lions, yeah. You probably had the training before it. Yes.
Okay, well then, so what we've learned from me asking this question is that you, and this is not an insult, I think you'd agree with me saying this, you have no intrinsic desire, no intrinsic duty or intrinsic innate responsibility to protect your female in any regard.
Oh my God, guys, I'm going to interrupt. Can I please interrupt real quick? I want to interject, okay? Once again, you both agree, okay? You're arguing just to argue because you're not hearing each other, okay? Listen, XQC, what Tate is saying about instinct for males is correct. Our instinct to protect will kick in 100%. Now, the next following step, okay,
is the technique. What does that mean?
Right,
yes.
It's technique.
Yes.
XQC is being rational about it. So if you were to word it correctly to fit your narrative, Tate, what we would do here is, as a man, XQC would take leadership of the situation and say, okay, I know you are a better shooter than I am. You practice 600 hours a week. I do not. Here's the gun. You are better than me. That takes confidence. Your outlook, Los Pollos, is insecure. If she has more gun training, if she has more gun training and she's confident, you make the leadership decision. That's your instinct. Make leadership decision.
No, but Train, how do you know she has more?
What the hell are you talking about?
How do you know? How do you know she has more gun training?
Downstairs to confront armed gunmen.
Man,
like, what are you talking about? How am I insecure? Because I want to protect my girl,
bro.
Give me a second.
No, you're not gonna say I'm insecure because I would protect
bro. This is crazy. What Tate is saying is okay. What he's saying is okay. What X is saying is okay. They're both right. Tate is saying.
Just imagine.
Oh my god. It's like hanging out with a bunch of testosterone-filled men with small dicks.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Listen. What Tate is saying is correct. Whose instinct kicks in is what's the instinct of a man? To protect your girl, protect your kid, protect your family. Yes, Tate is right. That is there. But what the technique to follow is the man taking leadership to say, okay, I will shoot and I will miss. But my girl, if she is willing, if she is strong, she's going to step up and she has more hours than me and she will hit this guy one shot. Do you understand? If you need me to word it to massage your ego, Los Pollos, and say, okay, I took leadership and I demanded this and she's my frontline soldier, I can word it that way for your soft ego.
Listen, do you know why I would do it like this? Because there's a chance, no matter what, going up against someone with a gun that you could die. I don't want her to die.
If you go with no training, you're dead. You go without training. He has a gun. You're dead.
She can run away.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm saying, bro. That's not being insecure. That's being the opposite. That's I'm willing to die for my
There
girl.
is
How
no-
is that insecure, bro?
That's not the scenario. That's not the
What
scenario.
do you mean it's not the scenario?
If you
scenario
can't
is-
choose,
What
you
is
will
it?
die.
John
Oh
Wick?
my
too.
God. Oh
John
my
Wick
God.
can just kill anyone? Like, bro, there's no fucking way, bro. What is this?
What the
Dude,
fuck?
What the hell is this?
Oh my God.
You see, I've been listening to you spew crazy shit for mad long. I'm saying two things.
Oh my God.
Bros, let me
Oh
this
my
again.
God.
No disrespect again. You're a big dude, right? You're a big dude. You're a big dude. You're a big dude. You get a big dude, right? Right? You have a bigger hitbox. Okay? You're sleeping, and you.
What the hell is this shit?
Settle down.
Don't play
Okay?
victim. Don't play victim.
And
I'm not playing victim. I'm not insulting him. I'm not insulting him. Like,
You take the shit.
He said your bigger hitbox is crazy.
how am I? What the
You're
fuck
in
did I
bed.
do?
You're in bed, okay, with a skinny police officer, okay, that's been in duty for 20 years, and she was to shoot a gun, okay, and then some guy breaks in, and she wakes up with you, and the dude with the big headlock says, "Lady, don't worry, I got this because I'm the man. I take the gun." Bro, people are more of a threat to themselves with a firearm than to others, motherfucker.
Okay, fine.
Okay?
If it's
then you go.
trained police officer, fine.
Here comes
They can shoot the gun.
Here is the point, guys.
I'm getting hitbox.
Oh.
The hell
What
is this
the
shit?
fuck?
Here is the point. The point
Motherfucker.
is,
Holy shit, man.
here's the point. The question Tate asked was, as a man, what happens when someone breaks in? Yes, as a male, we have the instinct to protect the woman, to protect our child, to protect our home. Yes, the instinct is there. He is asking that question, and I am answering yes. As a man, that instinct is there. His headphones are off. He won't hear this, but yes. Now, what we're arguing here are the tactics, which is irrelevant. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Okay, then I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, yes.
There we go.
I don't know, bro.
Men are more
It sounds like
protective.
there's a lot of.
It is a built instinct, right? It's all been in our code. I agree. I guess historically and scientifically, it's on our code to be more defensive. Yes,
I
that's
think
like
you're all wrong.
What?
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Polo is right.
Oh.
You do not send your woman to fight. You have a duty as a man. And to sit here and say the tactics are different, I understand your point, but it's incorrect, and I'll tell you why. When the Titanic was sinking, no one was sitting there going, "Who's a better swimmer, you or me? Who's better in the cold?" Well, you know what, chick? You know what? You're a better swimmer than me. So if I get on the lifeboat because you're a better swimmer, that's bullshit. You're a man and you fucking die. That's the rules. That's the old school duty of masculinity. To sit here and say, "Well, my chick might be better with an AR." Bullshit.
If all women the boat and somebody knows how to drive the boat will sink. If nobody's
hold
skilled
on.
enough to
Hold
drive
on.
the boat,
Jesus
they will
Christ.
sink and
All
die.
of you are so
you
easily
killed
baited.
all of them.
No,
By
stop.
trying to be masculine,
Stop.
they'll die. Congrats.
Well, let me say one thing. Let me answer Tate's question, okay? Let me explain the contextual difference. The Titanic example is completely correct, and you're right, Tate. In the Titanic example, okay, there is no swimming. Whoever goes in the lifeboat survives. Whoever does not dies. As a man, our duty, yes, everyone, because the water is so fucking freezing, you will die. So whoever's in the boat survives. Okay, that's a fact. You can't deny the fact. It's a fact. So yes, you're right. As a man, we sacrifice as a protective duty, as the rules say, for old time honor. We die. The children and the females survive. You're right. But contextually, in the situation with the gun, do you understand? It isn't a situation of life and death. Yes, you're right. If it is a situation,
But nothing
where
is guaranteed, Train. Nothing is guaranteed. Even if she can shoot better,
you
shouldn't
big
send your
barbaric,
girl.
primitive brute. Let me finish, okay?
Oh my God.
Go ahead, but you're wrong. But go ahead.
You guys are this fucking dumb. I refuse to believe that being smart enough to own a computer in this call is that fucking stupid. Okay, bro.
Can I finish?
Bro.
Larry, can I say one example real quick?
No. I got an example for you. Okay, you have a gun. The gun is the only way you're gonna survive this. Okay, only way you're gonna survive it. Okay. The magazine is under the bed, and your bed is real, and it's bolted to the ground, right? Do you say, "Hey, girl, get the loader under the bed with your small arm that can go through it, and get the mag"? Or you say, "Bro, lady, back up, woman, back up. You're the woman. I got this." And you can't get the loader. it's okay because at least you're the fucking
I got
baller
one
man.
example.
You try hard, but it didn't pan out. It's okay. And then
I got
you both die.
I know.
So
I got one
fucking-
example. I have one. You guys are on a hike. It's you and your girl. A fucking bear comes out of nowhere. Listen, we're not escaping this. So I'm going to say run. I'm going to jump after the bear and let the bear fucking have its way with me, bro. I'm going to die to pretend she's going to live. That's what I'm going to do.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
Yo, that's the dumbest one of all because I know motherfuckers is running past their woman. For real. I'm gonna be honest with you. These sound like Beavis and Butthead for real. It's some real Beavis and Butthead. But I gotta say this though. The real question now, listening to everybody and really thinking about it, it really boils down to, men, are you really willing to die for your woman?
It's always better if the man survives. That's why you have to think it through. Like they're
The
all
way he
kind of
sounds-
wrong and kind of right, but it's always better if the man survives too. Right?
The way he
And so
sounds
you
is
have
like
to
what's
think
the
it
name
through.
said.
You're not gonna just attack a bear. No, we both stand still. Right?
No,
And maybe
we're not.
The bear threatens us.
Depending
Maybe
on the-
they'll push the woman out of the
depending-
way. But you don't
depending
tell me
on
to
the
run
bear.
and then attack. Like, what is this? No, it's
Babe,
always better
run.
if both survive. If the man survives, it's always better. So yes,
They ain't
you
doing
should
it.
think these things through and try to also survive and protect everybody.
But
and if
I guess-
something
I
happens
guess in
and
his
you have to,
scenario-
someone has to go, then you sacrifice yourself.
Correct, and that's I'm assuming that's the more his scenario is the bear is charging, coming after the both of you. You both try to turn around and run. You're not outrunning it, so.
Listen, you run left, I run right.
Give her a couple of seconds. She's done. Like that's just it. You run left, she runs right. The bear's gonna go right. It's like, oh, that one's slower.
Jesus Christ, this is crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you. And
It gets better. It gets better.
Oh Lord.
It gets
oh boy. Come on.
Dude, that's my girl, bro. I'm
can't-
gonna do that.
Correct.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I mean by this. And I don't care if she can shoot better. Like I'm
Then
not
you
gonna
are
send her to go
both.
shoot.
Then you're both dead. If the girl knows what to do because she has knowledge about the bear approach, where she can sing or talk in a way that make her survive, I shut the fuck up. I point and I say, you talk, and then she says, "We don't run from a fucking bear. What do you think you are? You're a gladiator."
Wait, let Tate speak. What did Tate say? What did Tate say?
Gladiator. You're not a gladiator.
Hold up, X. Hold up.
When the bear appears, you don't sit there and argue with your chick saying, well, you went to veterinary school, so you're better with bears, so maybe you can tickle the bear.
Yes, you do.
Man, so what you're doing is this all goes full circle. It goes back to the very beginning of this conversation when I said when I make points and in the internet they try and find little fucking stupid little ways out and bullshit, etc., etc. I was trying to make a very, very simple meta point that as a man you have a duty to protect your female, and now people are coming along saying, no, maybe you protect her better by hiding in the bathroom and sending her downstairs with a grenade. That is fucking stupid. You have a duty as a man to protect your female. It is your duty, it is your masculine imperative. All of humanity shows it's true. All of history shows it's true. And for you to sit here and say, if someone breaks into my house, I have no duty at all to protect my woman. If she's scared and crying, I might send her ass down there because I can't shoot. Shows that you have no intrinsic desire to protect or provide or look after that female, which is why you have no frame in your relationship, which is why she obey you. You send her ass to the club to get fucked by somebody.
Take
conversation. I've wasted enough of my life.
No.
Balls, let me know. But to sit here and talk to a man who thinks he can send his chick downstairs to fucking engage armed men, I know I'm wasting my time.
To be fair, to be fair,
the
armed man argument.
You know, you said they rich, right?
Yep.
I remember you saying that. And when you think about it, even looking at them, I could get another girl. Fuck that shit. That's the mentality.
I don't think it's getting another girl.
I could get another wife. Self-preservation is their mindset.
I don't think
it's not about protecting a girl.
I don't think it's about protecting the girl. I don't think it's about getting another wife. I think it's just whoa, that's dangerous. I don't want any part of that. That's purely the logic behind it. Whoa, that's dangerous. I don't want any part of that. Baby, you don't want any part of that either. So that bed looks like it can fit the both of us. It can't fit the both of us, so try to hide in the closet because the bed looks like that's my spot. Like that looks like the mentality that we're dealing with here.
Do you know what would happen if 70% of black men today was like that?
We'd be where we are now.
Oh, we'd be worse than what we are now because things can happen to a black woman on the street, whether you're in Philly, Jersey, New York, anywhere. And dudes will just put their cameras out, walk by it, whatever, don't engage. But then you have a small pocket of brothers, they see a woman in distress, they coming over and they going, come on. But look at it. This is what they're talking about. Would you, as a male, protect a female, even if it risks your own life? And judging by these clowns, they wouldn't. Especially that skinny dude that talk a lot, he wouldn't. And that would be a serious problem for a lot of women, black or otherwise. That would be detrimental. To know that these guys are running around would rather preserve their own self over you, and you're laying next to them, that's insanity, man. That's insanity.
Ladies' thoughts.
I'm waiting on
at
Meek.
once.
He hasn't said anything in a while. Do you want to go, Meek? Are you there?
She's probably looking for the unmute.
Oh, okay. So I think it was just ignorance on the other guy's part. Like they never had to deal with anything like that their entire lives, I'm assuming. And so they can't even imagine being in that type of situation, let alone imagine what to do. I'm not against what the guy, he didn't show him, I don't think he was actually on the screen. He was kind of talking in the background for a while. I think he was the most sound.
Train, I think was his name.
Train, okay. I think
Train,
he was the most sound. Like, just, you're going to protect her, but you do have to think things through, right? The other guy that was screaming, maybe he could have made better points, but once a man starts screaming, it's over. That's the most cringe thing ever.
Yeah, he's screaming.
Yeah.
Unique, what you think? Talk to me.
Well, I still agree that, the guy who wouldn't do anything that, that they're getting on is just a plain old, he's just a plain coward. He just don't have the instinct for that. He just all about himself, about him surviving, and that's it. I don't think he has an instinct to protect the woman. But the guy who said that they were just saying the same thing, just handle it in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in certain cases, in certain scenarios, yeah, you can take the route of not being the aggressor and take the route of being smart and being more tactical. Yes, I agree with what he was saying, that your instinct can be that instead of being aggressive.
That was the point he made. Your natural instinct should be to protect. Now, how you went about it, rather is run, hide, or go down and engage, that's after the fact. That's not relevant. And I get what he's saying. It's just your initial instinct when you heard that first crash. Do you get up or, baby, come on, get under the bed, let's go. Nigga, what the fuck? You haven't even ascertained the facts yet and you already running under the bed with her. You don't know how many people's down there. You don't know what the sound comes. You're not even bothered. Matter of fact, you under the bed before she is. What kind of shit is that?
Baby, come. There's not enough space. Go in the closet.
Yeah. You come on now. That's really crazy to me. And it's scary because, like I said, we all have this innate men. Unless, I mean, I wouldn't say all. I don't want to say that either because unfortunately we got to go back to upbringing. Did your father teach you that? Was there a father around? You know, was you raised by a single mother? All these, was you raised with a bunch of brothers? You're the only child. You know, was you a street dude or was you a suburban dude? All these things plays a factor. So, like you said earlier, if the guy has never been in a position to be confronted or live by, then of course he's gonna be like, "Listen, lady, every man for himself," because I'm not used to this. I wasn't raised like this. I wasn't around this type of scenario. I wasn't prepared for this scenario. So yeah, I could see that, but I'm still scared that if 70% of black men alone thought like that, yo, man, I'm just thinking about the movie The Purge right now. Like, yo, really?
Think about The Purge.
Yeah, I'm thinking about The Purge because in the movie The Purge, all the men grab guns and protect the family and all of that. I'm like, could you imagine if it was like the men were running and hiding and the kids upstairs and the mother got to take charge? I mean, come on, dog. That's nah.
Yeah, that part of him saying that, oh, maybe she's better with the gun was crazy to me. But you never know if he is really that bad and that clumsy. Maybe he shouldn't have the gun because as cowardly as he was talking, maybe he shouldn't have the gun.
I like that example brother gave about she's a veterinarian, so yeah.
You tell her to go tickle the bear.
I still say, even if the female is a cop for 10, 20 years, bro, you're still a man, you're a household, protect the woman. There's no excuse.
That's not
Ladies,
this
do you
day and
think
age. That's not 2022. 2022, we have feminine men wearing dresses having babies. So they don't believe, like that young guy, he's not going to believe that he's supposed to automatically protect his woman. They don't believe that these days.
You feel no shame?
Even my female workers, I'm protective over them. Just because they can handle themselves and they armed, we're on a job together. I'm still gonna look after them the same way I would look after a sister or any other woman. You know what I'm saying? That's just, come on. I'm not saying she can't handle herself because she's 5'7", armed and dressed all black and doing the same job I'm doing. That's why I hired her for it. You know, she could take down some dudes. I've seen her do it. You know, I've seen most of my girls do it, but that doesn't mean that instinctively as a man, I'm still not going to protect them. If a guy is up in their face and be like, yo, giving them a hard time, yeah, I'm going to step and be like, yo, bro, bring that energy to me. Don't fuck with my female workers, bro. Bring that energy to me. Because obviously you think you can overpower them. So this is why in this scenario, like these guys, no.
Okay,
I'm not
so
going.
you know what? That is a perfect example.
Mm.
So, and that what you just said right there is, I think is pretty good scenario. Now you have women like that men feel they could overpower.
Right.
So they feel they can act out towards them.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
Which now escalates to a much worse scenario.
Right.
Could possibly escalate to a much worse scenario.
And most of the time it does.
If the woman wasn't even in that situation, would that still be the scenario?
The outcome maybe would have been different. You're right. Because my male workers, even though I'm their boss, I don't, as you say, I don't coddle them like I would do my female workers. You get what I'm saying? Because my female workers, I know, like all of my male factors, they all got family. They all got daughters, sons, family, boyfriend, wives, girlfriend, whatever. But as a boss, my innate ability is to protect my workers at all costs. But I put extra care into women because I see the dangers. You get what I'm saying? And I could see the disadvantage sometimes.
What I'm saying is sometimes women don't belong in certain fields. When it comes to,
I don't agree. I don't agree. Because like I said, I got females on my squad that can kick my ass. Cause we test them out. They very strong and they can handle themselves.
but okay, so we just went over it. All right, you know what? First, shout out to the High Valley nurse, CJ. Shout out to you, bro. Women told men that they don't want protection. But a lot of men have died trying to protect women who didn't want to be protected, and will a lot of them go back to the men who did the harm? And yeah,
Yes.
go back to the
That-
men who did that.
My dad was a type of dude that I seen that will all.
You muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
said my dad. I always thought of my dad as somebody who would stand up for somebody who was like the underdog or somebody getting cursed out or whatever it is. He was always the person who would come and try to, calm stuff down.
Okay.
But then one day I seen something happening and my dad kept going. He didn't stop. And I was just like, Daddy, what happened? You ain't gonna. He was like, nope, not no more. I tried to help somebody. And then the woman is after him when he was trying to help her. So he was like, he was
No
done.
more.
So that scenario what he just said that sometimes deters men from wanting to save women.
Because it's like, why bother?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that quite a few times. Women getting her ass whipped by a man, and we intercede and lock the dude up, change the locks, everything else. And following week, next month, she's back with him again. As a matter of fact, she's pregnant again by the dude. So I get it, and that's a separate thing because we know that's a mental thing between, woman, accepting abuse. That's something else.
that is a mental thing. You're right about that.
But with men initially though, I cannot walk out my house and watch a woman being hit, abused, being taken advantage of, and just like your dad, I'm for the underdog, people that can't defend themselves. However, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're sleeping with somebody, there's no way on God Green's earth, as long as I'm alive, am I going to allow a woman to be on the front line while I sit and hide or don't do anything. I just can't swallow that.
So I think as men, we have a natural instinct to want to protect women.
Yes. By all means necessary.
Which is why I believe that women should not be in certain jobs. Military, police officers, firefighters, dangerous stuff, they shouldn't be in it. Why? Because all those things that require you to have you need to be far more physically capable than the average person. And when women stepped in, they literally had to knock all those standards down. So you as a man that needs to be able to lift up another possibly 300-pound man, but the woman, she cannot. So we're saying, okay, we're still going to take up that spot and put her there and lower all her standards, but just have her there because why?
I'm be honest with you. Women, I'm not going to say women are equal to men in all aspects, but as my business is concerned, I can't think like that and I can't accept it because the females that I have working for me, they bring something to the team that the men cannot. I had a woman work for me. She brings a motherly, nurturing type of approach. And that's how a lot of incidents got de-escalated real fast because she was a female. Guys wasn't wolfing as much. I mean, look at it. Here's all these guys at a club, and here's this 5'6" woman weighing what, $160, $140. Bro, you know you don't even look right even wolfing at her. So she comes with a certain de-escalation that even I can't, or none of my guys can. So her presence is necessary as far as the comfortability as well, because you know and I know, in a lot of scenarios, women don't like to be searched by men. I search both men and women. But sometimes the comfort zone is a factor. So yeah, it's good to have that woman there in place that can handle women, beat a chick down if she have to. You understand? So I can't say that women shouldn't be police officers, women can't be this, because if they train hard enough, and I'm go back to like movies like G.I. Jane and so on, they can do it, just not as much as a man, but there are capable women that can do it.
What up,
that
CJ?
I think.
I hear what you're saying. I just personally I disagree. But CJ, talk to me, man. What are you going on? What's going on?
What's going on, everybody? Hey, Carl, what do you do, if you don't mind me asking, where all these women are that vital to your occupation, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, my business, we've been in business 20 years now. We bodyguard a lot of different people, from celebrities to regular Joe Schmo. We do the clubs, we do the diners, we do the concerts, events, all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. So you do have a lot of female bodyguards.
Yeah.
So would you like if it was a situation where it was 30 or 40 dudes brawling, who would you send in first? The woman, or your man's staff, or your woman's staff?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
If you had to choose one, though.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, because when there's an incident, we're all qualified. I make sure all my team is qualified. So the same way I would send a man in, I would send a woman in.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, there are women on my team that can whip my ass.
Okay, but that you do know that's an anomaly, right? You do know that's not majority of situations, right?
Not the majority, but I'm
not even close.
No, I'm not going to say if it's an anomaly or not. What I'm saying is this: never underestimate. Because when you're in fear, and when there's a threat, you cannot predict.
But I'm talking about pure science now at this point, because if you have a group of 30, 40, 6 foot something, 300-pound men, and what does the
even high five something, bro?
What does the average woman on your squad weigh? You know what I'm saying? Like, now we're just talking science at this point.
We could talk science, but then, like I said, I know females that will take out 3 to 5 of them guys and take flight. You get what I'm saying? So if it's 20 guys and she already took out 3 to 5 guys, that leaves the rest of us brothers to take out the other 15. You get what I'm saying? In other words, it's a team reaction. It's not just, oh, she's a girl, so let's put her in a closet and let's go deal with the threat. No, that's not what you're hired to do. That's not what you're trained to do. You're trained to jump in the mud. And if you wasn't good enough, you wouldn't be on the team.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I never underestimate a woman, because let me tell you something. Most of the weapons that we've confiscated were from women.
Okay, but so the women on your squad, they can lift 300+ pound men?
Nobody on my squad lifts less than 200. Nobody. Even the shortest one. All of them 200 or better.
But you do understand that's very rare, though. Most women cannot pick up 200 pounds.
But this is why I said, and that's why I said, if you train them to, see, this is what I'm saying. Every woman can't lift up 200 pounds. But if they make a conscious decision to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to start doing and prepare myself for it, then damn it, you're going to succeed at it. You're going to push yourself to succeed.
But would you say that's average though? The average woman wants that type of.
I can't judge average because it's up to the mindset of an individual.
No, the answer is no. The average woman cannot lift that much weight. The average woman cannot fight the weakest man.
I can't say yay or nay to it. Because like I said, any woman, if she's determined, she can make it happen.
Okay.
In the case, I need a bodyguard. Please send me men. I want Clements and I want CJs. Do not send me any women.
Well, just so you be fair, there are certain clients that prefer me to send a female with them because that's their comfort zone.
Well,
they
I
don't
get
want to
that
have
part.
no 6'4"
I get that
motherfucker.
part when you pat down clients, and some women may want another woman to pat them down, and if you have female
No.
fights,
I'm talking about female clients that want to be bodyguarded by a female. Because I'm gonna tell you right now.
How often is that?
I'm gonna give you an example. The mayor of New York, his lead security detail is a female. Does that mean that she's better than the rest of the team of males on that detail? No. That just means she can hold her own to protect her.
I just don't.
Okay. All right. Well, if it works, I mean, if it works, what?
When we're talking like places like the military protection, I just don't think that's. Yeah, there are some women that can be there, but if you are talking, there is a team of 500 men and then 250 men and then 250 women. I would probably choose the 500 men to win. 99.9% of the time, I would choose that side to win every time. Like, just because. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this has already been tested out. There are UFC fighters that have been training for years and years and years. They throw a man on there who's been on estrogen for 3 years and they still lose. This man has been a woman, supposedly, and he still goes in there and cracks her skull. But she's been training real hard.
Oh boy, that's great. I can't wait till we get the first woman, the first transgender WNBA player. I cannot wait for that.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, what's up, everybody? New viewer here. Figured I'd come and talk in the panel. Much love to everybody.
Hey, what's up, man? Nice to have you on the panel. Talk to me. What's going on, man?
Thanks for having me. I'm not sure. I just randomly popped up. Just looking through panels or something, and I'm not sure what the conversation is. But I'm just here to, be the fly on the wall. I'll listen. I'll interject if I have anything valuable to say.
Oh, okay. Well, predominantly right now we were going over. Well, I was pretty much saying I just don't believe that there's specific jobs that women should not do when it comes to protection and enforcement, like in the military. They really shouldn't be there. That's just
well, yeah. Like I think we have to go back to reality. You know what I mean? Like there is. I'm not saying women are incapable of doing certain things, but it's pretty obvious that men are better at certain things than women are, and women are better at things than men are, right? It's just how it is, right? So there's different rules for everyone to take. Like you're not gonna send the woman out with the damn sword to go kill the dragon or something. No. What? It's different. Men are expensible. You know what I mean? They're disposable in a way.
Yeah, and I think that there's specific jobs. If wasn't there a study that they did that most of the time, if there is a woman on the field, on a battlefield, the opposing team would target her first, knowing that other men, they instinctively want to try and help and protect her, and then they could easily get picked off that way because she's now in pain.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great tactic to use. And also, I think what they're really trying to do is like they're trying to really divide that line or blur the line between the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. They don't want strong women and men producing strong children. No, they want the whole lines blurred. You know, they want.
So what you're saying basically is
they want to make
women don't have no contribution in battle or
no,
on
of
front
course,
line.
no, of course they could. Like, but I'm saying they best. Why would you put? I'm saying none of it even makes any sense.
I'm
really.
saying that they have a role. Yes, I'm saying they could be in battle, but that spot can be a lot more effective if a man was there, not a woman.
There's a lot of women in the military who operate drones. They're just sitting up, you know, they sit by the computer and they press a button.
And then you have there's some that have been out to wars and earned their stripes, and now they're lieutenants and corporals and so on. Just like you have a NYPD police commissioner, a black woman who went through the ranks of 23 years of being in narcotics, undercover stings, and all that. So what are we gonna say? She doesn't belong to hold that spot because she didn't pay her dues? Of course she
I'm
did.
saying that she would be an exception. She wouldn't be the rule.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. And
that's what I would say.
Anyone could do whatever they want to do if they put enough.
You have to remember this too. You do have a lot of men that have tried their best to prevent them from showing what they got as well.
Mm-hmm.
You remember now, we're talking, like you said, in a police department or military, you have men that are, I wouldn't say afraid, but they do everything they can to prevent women from escalating in those same roles of leadership for that fact. And it's not like they didn't pay their dues.
Yeah, it's like, would you want your children or your family member, or, you know, your aunt or your mom or something to go to war? No, you want them to be, like, you know, be safe. So you're the man, you go and take care of that. You know what I mean? In a way, which I think is a normal way to go. Most women, 9 out of 10 of them, they're not going to want to be, oh yeah, sign me up, throw me out there. No, they're not going to want that. You know, most of the time.
I have no issue with women doing what they want to do at this point. I mean, let them do it. They want to go to war, let them. I don't care either way. If they want to go to war, they want to be on the front line, if they want to break up fights, if they want to do all that stuff, I am totally fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I am totally starting to see a backlash of women being so independent and wanting to be in this right now. I'm seeing it. I see it every day. So, I mean, whatever. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them.
See, that's an interesting nurse. That's an interesting thing you have there. You see, you have the medical emblem on her chain. Isn't it funny how that's 2 snakes wrapped across like a cane or something?
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? I wonder why that's there.
Who knows?
Is there a specific reason?
Of course, that's obviously there for a specific reason. That's what I'm wondering. Why do they create that or choose that to be the symbol?
Okay.
Because the medical field is a dirty game. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's like a snake, a bunch of snakes, right? Dracos.
They know why I'm in the game.
I'm still curious though, because that's like saying in the opposite, women were always known to be nurses. But then when you see a male as a nurse, certain people used to frown upon that. Like, why a male can't be a nurse?
I got that for you right there. Because back in the day, it still is a woman dominated field. But studies show that the stress of being a nurse, a lot of women cannot handle it.
It wasn't as stressful as it is now, right?
Especially now, it wasn't as stressful back then. And if you talk to most patients prefer male nurses at the bedside. Most of them. Because they rely on males to do the lifting. Studies show that male nurses have better bedside manner, and this is no shot to my female nurses. I work with some phenomenal female nurses, and they are needed because I do believe a lot of female nurses provide a certain nurturing aspect and bring it to the field that some men don't. But from my experience, a lot of, especially females, a lot of females have told me they much rather prefer a male nurse because of the bedside manner. This job is very stressful. You have to worry about life and death all the time. And a lot of women are not built for that.
I'm saying women are
just like the male GYN doctors, males being hairdressers, males. See, this is what I'm trying to get at. Whether you're male or female shouldn't matter on what you're capable of doing or how good you are at doing it.
Yeah, it doesn't. And for example, here's a great point. For example, women are a lot better at things than men are. I'm not saying women are incapable or anything like that. For example, women have a higher pain tolerance naturally bred into them because they have to go through childbirth. You know what I mean? So they have a higher pain tolerance right off the bat, at base level between males. And the thing is with it's like two different types of mind, right? It's like left and right hemisphere base minds. So men are, baseline. It's a generalization. I think men usually have more logic. They can go and flick that switch and say, whatever, make that crazy decision. Women are more emotional. They're creatures by nature. They're emotional creatures by nature. They're loving, nurturing type spirits. Yeah, in my opinion.
And let me tell you something, brother. In a law enforcement background, in a bodyguard background, or even in a prison background, sometimes that's needed and a necessity. That can also be good as an allied weapon. You understand? Because in order to tame a beast, you not all the time do you come with muscle. You have to use other tactics that, like I said, a woman can bring to the table.
Which is femininity, right?
Yeah. You need the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine aspects. And I'm saying women should complement strong women and strong men, make strong children for the future. That's what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to destroy the family dynamic. Really, I think that's what it's trying to do with all the social media algorithms and stuff. They're trying to destroy the family dynamic.
I just wanted to stay on the contribution and necessity of why females are needed in these, like you said, the military, the police department, fire department, and so forth. It may be just because they bring a certain insight, that extra pair of eyes and ears. Like you said, being emotional also brings a different type of empathy or different type of lens that us males are not capable of doing.
The thing is, when you talk about those occupations, though, women are not signing up by the droves to do them, especially firefighters and law enforcement. Yeah, they have the option to do them now. And
a lot of times because they get the pushback from the men that's there.
No,
it's because they don't want to.
It's literally not a pushback, man. There is no push. There is actually. Let me just say this real quick, Chris, and I'll let you go. There was a buddy of mine. He was a firefighter in New York City. Been doing it for quite a bit of time. A female decided she was going to sign up, and they were all on board to get her on board, and they were happy to get her there. There was a different part of the department that was a little bit more liberal, a little bit more feminist.
Right.
Got in her ear. So the second she got in, a couple months later, she got promoted real quick because, one, she's a woman. She was a woman of color. So they instantly promoted her above all the men that were also there. She decided to just start changing everything up because she just wanted to exert her authority because she now had that. Why was she placed in a position like that?
As payback for being picked as a token black chick.
This is a massive, massive issue going on nowadays. It should be the best person for the job.
Okay.
It should not be hired due to their skin color or their fucking bullshit sexuality or any of that.
That's my whole point. As payback for what? There are lives out there. Your job is not to hop in there and exact revenge on the people that are supposed to be saving lives.
And that's an emotional thing. That is an emotional decision for you to say, well, you know what? I'm going to exert payback because of how I feel that day. No.
As devil's advocate, I'm going to ask all three of y'all guys here.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to be hired in a position and blown past straight up to a desk job or a cushion job or up the ranks without even getting your feet dirty? How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't like it.
Am I suddenly making more money than everyone else? I mean,
So what?
I'm making more money than everyone else, and all right, fine.
You remember now, you went straight from police officer to detective to lieutenant. You didn't even get out there and put no work in. You didn't get your feet dirty. You don't even have more than 5 felony arrests, and you just shot
you're
right up.
doomed. Then you're fucked because the whole thing is screwed. Because
And that's how a lot of them women feel. It's like you're using me as your token black person, or your what's the other word that they use? Affirmative action. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't use me as a fucking a pinup doll or something, to make you look good on numbers or on media. Let me go through the rank. Let me get my hands dirty. Let me get injured. Let me put in that time.
Inherently,
and then you can promote me.
Yeah, because inherently anything of value takes struggle. It takes commitment. It takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight.
But using his example, that's what a lot of women that I've encountered, that's what they felt like. They wasn't allowed to get that hand dirty. They wasn't allowed to jump out of cars and do what the rest of the brothers were doing because you're a female. So we just gonna get you right past, get you in a cushion job and one
Get you out of
PT
the
or
way.
whatever. There you go.
Get
And
you
that's
out of the
to
way.
me, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's,
So look,
it's
can
for
I
the
ask you,
statistics.
Carl?
It's for the statistics and what they look like. Sorry, value. My bad. Man. Sorry.
Come on.
Wait, hold on. Chris, I'm sorry. I didn't even recognize that.
I don't know. CJ can ask this question. I think I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay.
So, Carl, do you acknowledge that men are biologically stronger than women?
Of course, they have. That's why their intestines, their inner body parts is larger than a woman.
Right. So we're not equal, right?
Already know that.
So with us not being equal, there are just certain things that women can do better and men can do better than women, right?
There are a lot of things that men could do better that women can, and vice versa. That does
Right.
not mean that a woman cannot train herself or be trained by someone to lift 250 pounds, to bust a nigga ass, to outshoot a man. It doesn't mean nothing, bro.
But I'm just saying that but you did just acknowledge that it is naturally, you're talking about training. Yeah, well, with training and extensive training, almost anybody can learn how to do anything. If you train me long enough, I can learn how to be the ping pong champion of Singapore. But I'm talking about natural, God-given ability.
That's awesome.
So I'm just saying, like, with enough training, yeah, of course. But who knows how long that training is going to take? You know what I'm saying? It depends on listen, all I'm saying is this. I think it's foolish to just say, oh, well, yeah, women can do this just as good. But then you go into the caveat of, well, with extensive training. Well, yeah, you can say that about anything almost.
And conditioning, because you have a lot of fathers out here that are training their daughters to be men, not wives. Just like you have some that were raised to be little princesses. And then as they get older, I change my mind. I always want to have a boy. Oh, I'm gonna teach her how to fight. I'm gonna teach her how to do this and do that. And somewhere in the folds of things, you're really teaching her how to be a man. So this is what we see today. A lot of women are becoming masculine because this is the conditioning that they was given growing up.
Yeah, exactly. Is that correct? And a lot of men are becoming feminized too.
Because again, the women in their lives are teaching them how to be more feminine.
Well, that's how you control society. You have to attack them when they're young. You have to get them from when they're young. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna have guys out here like that white dude that was saying, "Oh yeah, if guys come break in my house, shit, neither one of us going downstairs. We both under the bed." He's on some scare tactic shit because he's not used to or conditioned or taught how to be a man. Instinctively, there's a sound, you jump up, you go engage. You don't send a woman out to fight that battle.
Hold on.
Exactly, and no woman.
Hold on, Cage. Hold on. Unique, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, he was saying something about teaching your daughter how to fight makes them a man. Excuse me, I want my daughter to know how to fight. And I don't think that's teaching her how to be a man. That's teaching her. I want her to know how to defend herself and how to get out of situations and how to act quick when it comes to defending herself. And I don't think that's teaching her how to be a man. That's what I wanted to say.
I don't think he said that, but
he said
that's not what I was referring to, Nick.
But that's what that was your word.
Teaching your daughter how to be a man is not about just teaching her how to, defend herself. It doesn't stop at just learning how to defend yourself. Okay, when you're taking a young teenage girl to the gun range, you're getting her to learn Taekwondo. You're teaching her all these things that has to do with, hey, what about your femininity?
You can also take her to ballet class at the same time that you're taking her to karate class. And you can also take her to dance. She can also do all of that too.
You know, men ain't doing that shit.
My daughter, she loves dancing and ballet, but she like karate. I put her in a karate class, and she like it better than my son. My son don't even want to do it.
You know what I mean? So that's exactly like look at the Spartans, for example. You know, all the men go to battle, they die. The women are left there, and what do? They have to go to battle too if the time comes. But obviously,
when the men are taken out, they come to where they migrated at, and they'll take the women and children out too, or keep them hostage. That's been going on for decades, for centuries.
You see the new movie coming out with the lady that
played the Woman King.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a crock.
Yeah.
So y'all don't believe there was one out there in Africa? That there was a
There's no such thing as a woman king, by definition.
I'm not talking about woman king. I'm talking about the army.
I remember that same dialogue when they were talking about the Amazon jungle, where it was ran by women and all of that too, right? No man on the island, just all women, and the women ran everything.
But can I just make a quick point before I get off? I just want to say I think females have to make a decision. Either you want protection or you don't, because look at this Brittany Griner situation. All this time, men leave us alone. We don't want your protection, blah, 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 blah. Now she's stuck over there in Russia. How come the men ain't saying nothing? How come the men ain't doing this? If it was LeBron, y'all would have said something. Well, what do you want? You can't just want the protection when it's convenient for you.
Yeah, when shit hits the fan, they're going to be begging for you. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said before, there are some women that are not conditioned and trained to
everybody's trained
to be. No, listen to what I'm saying. Like I was saying before about the women on my team, and like Chris was saying, that doesn't apply in the greater spectrum, in the norm, the majority, and I get that. But when this pandemic started, I saw a lot of single women needing men like a motherfucker. Okay?
Sure.
When they came down to trying to get all that bottled water in the house, you know how some of y'all can relate. You went to the store and bought 4 packs of bottled water, and you brought one in and left the other 3 in the car because you was like, shit. Okay? When the snow came down, I ain't shoveling shit. My sons ain't here. Fuck it.
Yeah,
so I
get in the kitchen, Carl.
understand
Go make me a sandwich.
there's a need for the men, just like there's a need for women. And some of us know our limitations, our roles, and some of us don't. The bottom line is this: humble and acknowledge the role. And if you can train yourself to hang with the best of them, then do so. If you can't, well, then pick a side. You cannot say I don't need a man, but when them 3 dudes was about to jump your ass on your way from work, now all of a sudden you wish you had a man. It's one or the other. You
Yeah,
want the
exactly.
protection or you don't.
It's only
I'm
when
gonna
it's
say
convenient.
I'm gonna say this real quick, and then we're gonna go through closing statements, and we're gonna close out the panel because we're just about to hit that 2-hour mark. I think I understand what you're saying, Carl, but when there is an incentive on society to get to push women into male spaces, I don't think that's right. Naturally, we will. If you Jordan Peterson says it a lot. If you look at the most egalitarian places, men and women naturally separate themselves to their roles. You're not going to see, if you give women all the freedom, you're not going to see them trying to be plumbers, electricians, police officers, military. You're not going to see them going for that stuff.
I would love to see a woman change my oil, change my brakes.
You would
when I go to a
hop back in
mechanic
that
shop.
car comfortably? You would hop back in that car comfortably. That's God bless you.
I'm just saying. Lord, I would love to see that.
Wow. Not saying it's not possible.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to drive that car after. I would take it to another male mechanic after that.
And hold on, I have one last question because there's 2 women on this panel, right? So would you, being a woman, would you want your man, you want to be the protector, you want to be the the one going and doing everything, or no, you want to be taken care of? Obviously you want to be taken care of, I think. It's a fatherly type figure, you know what I mean? Like that's what a real role model does. They take care of business and they provide. It's simple. And they spread the genetics, So
would you agree, Chris? Unique?
What's the question? Sorry.
the question is, do you want to be the person going out there and
Would you
doing all
rather
these
be the
things?
driver or the passenger in a relationship?
Yeah, that's what I mean, pretty much.
Always, I'd rather be protected.
Exactly. Every person, every woman.
Let me ask this to the panel. Let me ask this to the panel. You random leak just sprung out of nowhere in your ceiling. You're panicking. You look on Google. The first plumbing company pulls up. You call the number right away. Dispatcher said, "Okay, we're sending a plumber right away." You open the door. It's a 5'5" female plumber standing right there in front of you.
5'6" black woman with a big booty. Yo, go up there and fix that, bro.
What if she look like Lizzo?
I don't care. Go and fix that.
I feel more safe when she look like Lizzo.
I'm not looking at your body shape. I'm not looking at your color. I'm not even looking at your sex. I'm looking at your qualifications. Go up there and fix that.
So you're
if you're qualified, do it. If you're not,
you're testing. You're gonna be watching to see if they're qualified. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, if you showed up at my door as being one of the plumbers for this company, male and female, and you show up at my door, you're qualified, obviously, for them to hire you. Get up there and fix that ceiling.
Everyone else on the panel, how would you feel right off the bat? Open the door. You're panicking in your house. Crazy leak. You have no idea what's going on. You're panicking.
Well, this better be a good job, or they're not getting paid. They better do the job correctly. As long as the job's done correctly, I really could care less who's doing it. As long as it's done, properly. But that's the way I'd look at it personally. If it's not done up to standards, then I'm not paying. They're not getting money, and I'm gonna get someone else going there and fix it for me. Fix their mistakes. But if they're doing it properly, I could care less. I don't care. My roof is no longer leaking. Simple.
Send the brother out here.
Send the brother out here.
Take her back.
Yo, what is this thing?
Chris, you need talk to me. Talk to me. Rep for the women. Rep for the women. Okay. Rep for the women. You believe in her?
I could care less if she if it's a female or male, as long as they train her to do the job. On that one, when it comes to somebody that's coming to fix it, obviously she know enough to fix. They hired her.
Yeah, because we never gave a fuck about DoorDash or Uber Eats who's delivering it. What's difference does it make?
It's delivering. There's a big difference.
Oh Lord.
Hey Carl, do you have children?
I have 2 guy kids.
Okay. Well, if you had a daughter and you called a babysitting service and they sent the mail out to your house, would you feel comfortable with them even if they were qualified?
If it's qualified, I'm not going to.
No, that's good. That's a great example because I would never want a nanny.
You
being
can't
a,
use.
I want like a little old woman. You know what I mean?
There's female pedophiles just like there's males, so don't start
There
that.
sure, you are absolutely right. You are 100% right.
You got 23-year-old sub teachers getting pregnant and sleeping with 15, 16-year-olds in high schools in Florida
That is
and other
different.
states.
If a
It's not
16-year-old
different.
male
What
fucks
I'm
a
saying is, it shouldn't matter if it's male. It doesn't matter male, female, color, gender.
Babysitting my child? Yes, it
So
does.
you wouldn't have a problem with a man babysitting you? I'm sorry. No way.
My female child, I would have a problem with a man babysitting my female child.
I would too. That's obvious. Who would want a male babysitter for your little kid? That's weird.
That's just like a female having a problem with a female being the housekeeper, or the male having a problem having a male housekeeper and his wife is dead. Come on now. It's a trust issue.
That's
not the same.
It's trust issue.
With someone around your house versus feeling comfortable with someone around your child.
Either way, the connection that I made here is trust issues.
There's no connection. That's no
Trust issues. I just said it.
Child.
You don't trust a male around your daughter unless
you should never.
You don't trust.
I don't trust. You're asking my preference. What would I prefer, right?
You don't
I
trust a
prefer
specific
an old
gender.
little lady being there.
You don't trust a specific gender outside of their of that natural role of that position.
And you know what changes that preference and that comfortability that you have?
More people
is when
inside that
something
position.
happens by that woman, and now you don't trust women no more as a babysitter, because now something happened for you that made you not trust. Rather it happened to you or somebody close to you, your girlfriend or your cousin or somebody else. They had a female babysitter. Look what happened. So now you're going to be more changed in what you trust and will allow.
We're talking about baseline.
That doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. We're talking about the baseline level here. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's exceptions and everything.
You're telling me about instinctively, if you decide to have a female babysitter, you're comfortable with that until something happens to make you uncomfortable with that.
Carl,
by a
break this
female
down.
babysitter.
No, break this down. Women are less rapists because they don't have an appendage to stick into things. You know what I mean? It's different.
It doesn't make it no less.
I like that explanation.
Listen, sex abuse is sex
You know
abuse.
what I mean?
It doesn't matter if it can be inserted or not. Sex abuse is sex abuse no matter how you look at it. The bottom line is your comfort level is based upon what you experience.
Right,
and everybody in here know you don't know how you're going to feel and how you're going to react until it happens. So you feel comfortable now, female babysitting your daughter, that's fine. Now, when that changes because something happened, your mindset is going to be like, I don't trust female babysitters either. You're going to be more stringent.
Chris, I'll give you the last word and then we're going to close it out, okay?
Okay. I don't think it doesn't have to go as far as abuse. Yes, that happens. Yes, women are just as capable of abusing a child as a man. The thing is that when you think about the role of nurturing for a child, who do you typically think of? Who's typically better at nurturing, men or women? Who's typically stronger, men or women? I think we're spreading
women,
out.
obviously. That's what.
Yeah,
Hold on,
we're spreading this out so much to try to to try to make different answers work. It's not about your contribution or whether or not you're capable. It's whether or not it's more effective or less effective. to have a certain gender in that role because of their strengths or because of their weaknesses. And you have to understand someone's limitations before you choose someone for a role. Going back to the plumber question, that one's tough because it depends on the situation in my house, right? If I have like something that needs to be tightened really tight, I would probably trust a man more to do that because men just their arms are stronger. They're able to get things tighter typically, right? But if it's like I need something patched up, I can trust a woman doing that. It depends on what they have to do, but it depends on what it takes to get it done. And most women are not as capable as men physically. And most men are not as capable when it comes to rearing children as women are. And I think we deviate in all these different directions instead of just focusing on physical strength. Who's better? Typically, most of the time, it's men. Nurturing children, who's better? Typically, it's women. When I hire a man to take care of my child, I would probably put cameras in my house either way, but I would feel weird with a man taking care of my child because men don't have that same instinct that women have. Most men, and it's like, okay, what are the odds that I got the one man out of 10 who happens to nurture children just like women? Like, what are the odds that I found that man to come watch my child? It's fairly rare. So it's just, what are the odds? It's more likely in one direction or another. So you just are stats on your side.
Chris. I'm sorry, Chris. I just thought about a conversation I had with a young lady, and I was cracking jokes, and I said, which would you prefer, a male or female GYN? And she said, and it's only because it's her. She said, I prefer a male because I already have men up in my shit anyway. So
And on that note, we are going to be closing out the panel. All right.
Oh,
Paige,
shit, that was funny.
I appreciate you for coming up. We are not really well over the 2-hour mark, but we're over the 2 hour. Thank you for coming up. We go live every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna start doing a little bit more lives, a little bit, small drops here and there.
Yay.
I'm gonna start picking it up, but thanks for coming up for our welcome back, our show back. All right.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. You gained a new subscriber. Definitely I'm subscribing. Great show. Excellent topic. We need more smart women like Bloomin' over here. Has some goddamn logic in her head. And much love, everyone.
Definitely, yeah. Listen, I appreciate you coming, man. You have a good night.
Oh, boy.
Awesome. All right, let's close out the panel, guys. In our usual fashion, we got Carl.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Start that.
Like I said, women, without them, what can I say? We won't exist. Because in order for us to exist, they gotta be pregnant, they gotta have children. So we don't have a choice but to protect them. I mean, this is generation after generation we protect them. So let's just do better and protect them more. And don't underestimate them either. We already seen that history. Salute. Yeah. Call Shaft, Instagram.
We got Chris.
Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this show. It was awesome being back. I guess my final thoughts would be, it's always important to stay in your lane. No matter what, a man can't outwoman a woman, and a woman cannot outman a man, and that's perfectly fine. And yeah, so where you can find me on YouTube at The Blooming Ebony and also on Instagram at The Blooming Ebony. And pretty soon I'll have a blog as well. And I'm currently working on a blog to put up for you guys on my journey to being a homemaker. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys next Tuesday.
We got Unique. Hold on.
No.
Madre saying good night. Good night, everyone. Be well and remain safe under the bed. Remember that, guys.
So the only point I wanted to make is that both are needed, and it depends on the situation, and it depends on different things. I think that yes, logically, men are more physically capable of doing certain things, and women are more nurturing certain things. Like, I agree on different aspects. I'm not gonna always be on one side or the other side. So I feel like you need both, even though I understand that we're not equal in certain things. We should come as equal. We should come as both. We should both come as 100% as we are and come together. But I feel like people are trying to, break that apart, putting one over the other. No one is over the other. We both need each other. That's all I wanted to say. I'm about to go on vacation.
Hey.
Florida, family reunion.
Hey, okay.
Don't forget, hit the gun range now.
So but nice to see y'all. Missed y'all for the past. And good job, Clement. Go watch Tack Williams and Clement on their pod. They did a little podcast together. It was really, really nice. I watched it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, good job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for Three Married Ladies Opinions, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic night of conversation with everyone. Great reaction video and even greater topics talked about after. My last thing I would say to anyone really is if you're going to do a role, especially one that is outside of the norm of that specific gender, of your specific gender, do it because you want to do it. Do it because you would love to do it, and do it to be the best at it. Don't do it because there is an incentive. You're incentivized to do it. Because at that point in time, you're not going to love it, and you're possibly going to be put in a position far worse than you expected. But there's still specific roles for men and women. That's my ending comment. All right, that's my closing statement. That's what I got to say to that. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching, and we will catch you again next show. Good night.
Much love, y'all. Peace.
If we're doing everything right, I think we should be vetting our lines. Like go to their parents, go to their father.
They know they shouldn't have let me start speaking my mind in the booth. Start speaking the truth. Might get shot.
I think you're just saying, okay, actions have consequences, and I'm not going to support this person's actions. Like, you don't have to cancel them and say, like, I'm never, I hate you.
Innocent lives have to die.
I. But the whole thing is men are I also. That man was on the other side doing the exact same thing, and his decision with his eyes was to walk away.
Inside your soul.
Now we can paint the perfect picture without belittling each other. Because under God's system,
we are equipped to handle that responsibility. But not every man is fit to handle that responsibility.
I done seen Flint, Michigan, and just being cities. They pissing in project buildings that got a roof leaks, resulting in missing ceilings. Hard to sleep. Children going to schools dealing issues deep.
So I think society does make it more difficult for short men, but I don't think that it's impossible that they can find someone.
And expecting you to do your part. It ain't hard to see they trying to keep black in the back, just like Rosa Parks. Cops shooting blacks as if they get a token from God. School rob you with needed resources.
Is the weaker vessel and the more vulnerable.
Absolutely. 100%.
You don't look at the man like, oh, poor son, you were violated. No, you like, right.
And nobody.
They shift my stick like some cars. And when you're lonely in your darkest thoughts, come, I know it's hard, but God shines his light on all that play their part. And it's the start.
Put myself in a situation where I can only rely on a man. Like, if I'm married and being a stay-at-home mom, I need to have a backup in case anything happens. I can't only rely on him. You know what I'm saying?
A flower will grow once you plant the seed inside your soul.
See, I'm a poet, and the best part of me shows it. Here to speak the message of what is known, but not what it takes to expose it. Listen closer as I take you on a mental path. See divisions, the math, hoping we clash on lower levels, just like in the past. Before we begin to see spared lives, keep in mind the first 3 letters of unity starts with you and I. And maybe then we can all thrive, changing the narratives of our lives, finding belief from inside. We gotta come together, different feathers, and we fly together despite any weather, evolving up forward just like propellers, using negatives to fuel positives. How we change the mark, just like taking the devil's flames just to warm the coldest heart. Mama knew it from the start. DC mode would be a spark to lead the light that works its way out, illuminate through the dark. Funny cause my skin is dark, despite the stereotypes exemplify brilliance, cause I found that genius within my mind. You see words create worlds when you use the term tear, your mind takes what it sees and mimics that just like a mirror. So if we change the way we speak,